the pledge. I call this special town board meeting to order at 4 o'clock. Madam Clerk, can you read the roll?
Supervisor Evans. Here. Councilwoman Cunningham.
Here.
Councilman Malone.
Present.
Councilman Perdicone.
Here.
Deputy Supervisor Wayner. Attorney for the town.
Thank you, Madam. Over the past 2 years, the Irondequoit has undergone a disciplined financial reset. The 2024 and 2025 budgets focus on stabilizing the operations after years of inflationary pressure, contract obligations, and deferred maintenance. We rebuilt the foundation, closed structural gaps that had been temporarily bridged by one-time revenues, and restored fiscal transparency across all departments. The 2025 adopted budget represents a turning point. We restored essential positions, corrected unbudgeted obligations, and returned to realistic revenue forecasting based on actual historical trends, not optimistic assumptions. We also strengthened long-term planning and procurement and infrastructure. These steps improved or maintain our credit rating, standing in position to run the Irondequoit to enter 2026 on a solid financial ground. Tonight, the 2026 preliminary adopted budget, reflects that work. It is balanced, disciplined, and forward-looking. It meets all contractual obligations, maintains current service levels, and stays within the state 2% tax cap, despite double-digit health care increases and higher retirement costs. Here are the key fiscal facts. Total appropriations approximately $44.82 million. Revenues approximately $24.96 million. Property tax levy approximately $19.796 million. Tax rate 4.7626 per 1,000 of assessed value. Equalization rate is 84%. For the second year in a row, healthcare costs have increased by about 13%, and retirement contributions have risen as well. These pressures, along with inflationary and fixed contractual costs, make balancing the budget more difficult every year. To protect the taxpayer during these spikes, the town has responsibly drawn $2.5 million from the general fund reserves over the past 2 years that help avoid sharp tax increases while keeping Irondequoit finances stable. But it also highlights the need to continue to rebuild fund balance for the future. To ensure long-term sustainability, the budget strengthens procurement practices and strategically uses bond anticipation notes for capital equipment and infrastructure. Bans allow us to fund essential projects without draining cash reserves. They carry lower short-term interest rates and provide flexibility to refinance when market conditions improve and help maintain our strong credit rating. We're also advancing cost-saving sustainability initiatives, solarizing the farmers market building, with possible plans to expand solar to other town facilities, converting our municipal buildings to 100% LED lighting will reduce energy costs, improve safety, and strengthen long-term operating efficiency. These are financial decisions as much as environmental ones. In short, this budget is realistic, responsible, and designed to protect Irondequoit long-term financial health. It acknowledges the economic pressures we face, recognizes the limit of our tax capacity, and implements strategies that ensure continued stability without sacrificing the services residents rely on. Irondequoit remains strong because we plan ahead, manage responsibly, and invest in our people and our progress. The budget continues the commitment, and it keeps building a community for a lifetime. With that, Madam Clerk, can you read the first item?
Item number 1, A resolution authorizing the adoption of the annual budget for the year 2026.
Motion to adopt.
I'll move it.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments?
One thing that we will need to do next year, which, Mr. Evans, you have said that you have done, is, take a look at our part-time staff and make sure that, their salaries are, equalized. Even though in many venues it has been stated that that has been done. So that's one thing that we are going to have to do next year. And I also, just for the education of our public, I think it's very, we need to make sure that we're not calling this a 2% tax cap, because it is not 2%. It's the allowable tax cap. So I think just for the education of our public, we really need to be careful calling that 2%.
Any other comments?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think we all owe Diana a huge thank you, Diane. I know this is
Absolutely. It's
one
been
of those things, it's
a tough
really,
year.
I know it's a lot of work, you do take a lot on your shoulders, and really, you've done a good job. And I know there's been some sacrifices by department heads. We're all in this together. It's a budget, it's a good budget. I mean, they're hard to do nowadays with the increases. But, I support this budget right now. They are very hard budgets, but I just want to thank the department heads and everybody for their input on this. And again, Diane, I can't thank you enough for the hard work that you put. I know this has been on your plate for a long time, in the last probably couple months, 24/7. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, John, for saying that. I think he speaks for the whole board. Thank you, Diana, and our department heads, all of our staff that are looking at every line item and trying to do the best with what we have.
And if I could, Diane, again, thank you, for what you've done for our town in this budget process. And also, I'd like to reiterate to all the department heads and all the staff, if people don't think that healthcare is a big deal, it's the biggest deal. So for us to accomplish what we've accomplished with the healthcare increases is huge. So let's keep that in mind, because we're all faced with that. Again, I want to thank everybody that worked on this according to the board, and everybody here that we got through this. We're doing the best we can, and I approve this budget.
Thanks very much, Diana. You know how much I appreciate you and how much you work hard for this. For the record, I have a sworn affidavit on the 2025 budget meeting workshops, which are not recorded. They're between the between the staff and myself, stating that when this issue came up, one director specifically asked not to include their seasonal workers in the part-time work. I work with the HR director, the controller, who agreed that the seasonal directors should not be brought up to $18 an hour yet, that it would be a future assessment. So if that's misspoke on my part, that's fine. I accept that. However, this was as a request for the same person who now says that I am not fully being truthful. So I'll provide a sworn statement to the board. With that, we'll move to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The resolution is passed. The 2026 adopted budget is approved. Our next town board meeting is November 18th, 2025 at 7 p.m. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
May I have a second? The meeting is adjourned.